The last thing you want to do is find yourself in a situation where something or someone has a hold over you. Because then you are at a disadvantage to yourself. It's what they refer to as a disadvantageous position. You don't want to find yourself there, because then that means you're surrendering your energy and something else can control you. And they're not going to control you in a good way. So don't allow anything or anyone to have a hold over you, no matter what it is. So don't throw out any type of weakness as far as obsessions or addictions. Don't have any, buttons to press or skin to get under or triggers to activate. Because trust me, man, when that saying has been said that the devil made me do it, that's very real, man. That means you have darkness in you working in tandem with the darkness outside you. And they recognize each other because energies always recognize themselves. I've said this before. Forget about that like attracts like nonsense. That's garbage. That's just reptilian law of attraction nonsense. That doesn't have anything to do with reality. That's what just sells books and fills seats at seminars and makes people a whole lot of money. It sounds good, but it has nothing to do with reality. Your inner demons are working in tandem with the external darkness. As I've said before, the darkness will always give you everything you need in order for you to destroy yourself, because it knows how to set you off. The darkness plays its wicked games on the minds of humanity. It plays nefarious games as it has been granted perpetuity by God to do that. That means it's unlimited time, eternity. So it has forever. You don't, So you got to know this is some of the reasons why you're here. Are you going to let that machine conquer you, or are you going to conquer the machine? Not as a battle or a fight, but you owning and controlling your own power and not allowing it to own and control you. That's where I'm coming from. That's why you're here. One of the reasons why you're here. Because this machine, if given a chance, it will find your weakness and exploit the hell out of it. Trust me. And that's not a word I like using, but I'm trying to emphasize to you where I'm coming from. This ain't no joke. I'm telling you straight, if you have anything, it's going to scour your mind and your soul and your heart looking for anything. It taps into your emotional trauma from the past. It'll travel through your memories to see if there's any, painful, abusive moments there. Maybe, your parents were abusive to you, or maybe you were sexually abused by a family member. It searches for anything, man. Because don't forget, we're talking about God here, source. There's no enemy coming after you. Religion will have you believe that the enemy is going to do this, and a spiritual warfare, and then none of that happening. There isn't anything that is out of God's control, source. So you understand, you not only reclaim your power and take it back, but do not surrender it. And you hold your power. And your greatest power is, in any situation that you cannot control, your greatest power is how you react or respond to how you will let that experience affect you. That's why I say to learn the wonderful art of disassociation and non-involvement. Distance, disconnection. That is a power. When you hear somebody having a conversation with somebody else of a negative nature, do not involve your energy in this. This is something I've been wanting to touch base with for a bit here. I'm gonna cover it. Then I'm gonna head out with the video. But I'm just telling you right now. This is how the darkness gets you. Just check it. Listen to me for a minute. You're in your room chilling out, or wherever you are. You could be in a restaurant or hanging out. You hear, people yamming about, the politics or whatever. You don't want to find yourself listening in on that stuff, because now you're loaning your energy to it. You're actually connecting your energy to it. This is what I told you. They don't tell you about your power and your energy when you came to this place. Everything you do is your energy. It's an expression of your energy. It's an extension of your energy. If you change a car tire, that becomes an extension of your energy. If you make a meal, that becomes an extension of your energy. How you drive your car, that is an extension of your energy. Everything. Everything you do, every word you say, expression, idea, suggestion, impulse, thought, all of that is your energy. I did a video about these things are modes of transportation. A thought is not an intention, which is not an idea, which is not a suggestion, which is not how you perceive things or how you imagine them to be or envision them to be, because these are different modes of transportation carrying the same energies from one point to another. The only difference is the intention behind it. That is what alters the nature of the energy. But what I'm trying to say is that do not loan or contribute or participate to these types of things, because this is psychic sabotage. This is energy traps, just like an ambush. I'm telling you straight, when you play those video games, you're getting sucked into Satanism. That's why they're so violent, those video games. And it makes you aggressive, and it taps into that reptilian portion of your subconscious brain, and that's when those demonic parasites stream through that television and attach themselves to your brain. They start controlling your reality, manipulating your brainwaves, and generating thought forms that you follow. You think that these thoughts are yours, but they're not. You're following like a robot, a program, an operating system, a computer. That's exactly what's going on. So that's why I say, if you find yourself bringing your awareness and your attention to something, like boom, 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 that's where your energy's going. Wherever your attention is, that's where your energy's going. And also, unconsciously, you're sending out multi-directional waves in every direction in the cosmos. So other things are picking up on this stuff, and things of a predatorial nature. Predatory reflexes kick in with these demonic parasites, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, boys and girls. I'm telling you straight. This is not stuff that you can perceive with your five senses. That's why they didn't tell you about your energy. But I'm telling you here, whether you believe it or not, listen, I'm going to get sleep either way, man. It's your life. You take it as you feel that this is being given, because inevitably and eventually you're going to get out of this what you're putting into it. If you don't buy into it, then I'm just an idiot making a video in your eyes. But if you're actually listening instead of just hearing me like background noise, then you're going to start to awaken yourself to the reality. There's other things going on here that you ain't even aware of. I'm telling you straight. Why do you think people are so clueless and so ignorant? It's that way by design. I'm telling you straight, man. Everything you do, even if you're sitting down in a library and you're listening to overhearing somebody's conversation, you are now connecting your energy to that. Whatever that conversation is, the nature of the energy, the vibrational frequency of that, you are now entangled in that stuff. That is why you have to be so cautious with where your energy winds up going. It's true, man. Straight truth. That is the truth. So it takes practice, because you have been taught to become easily distracted by anything. Boom, what? That, boom, what, that? You can't focus. Why do you think video shorts are a minute long? You think that's by accident? That's by design. These creatures sit there and they plot this stuff. Everything is done by design. That's why you can't sit still anymore. That's why this society is what it is now. I've never seen it so horrible in my life like this. It's at the precipice of like ready to crumble. People, I've never seen them so ignorant in my life. I've never seen them so volatile, violent, and angry. I've never seen them so short-tempered. I've never seen them so cold-hearted. There's no compassion. There's no human decency in them anymore. All they do is stare at their cell phone while an elderly lady dies in the street, and they just step over them while they're looking at their phone. Or they'll turn and just take video of the lady, and they'll post it online, and it'll go viral. And then they'll walk away and laugh. That's how cold and desensitized people are nowadays. It's that way by design. But I'm just trying to tell you, I'm just trying to give you a heads up here, what you don't realize about your energy and your power, how you easily give it away, and how you don't value it because you have never been trained or motivated to realize its unlimited transformative potential. That's why you refer to your greatest power as imaginary. You call it your imagination when you shouldn't be, because you're not empowering the greatest power that you have by referring it to something. You're just telling it, step off. I don't regard you as anything. And that's your biggest mistake. Because that right there, my friends, is the essence of your soul. That's the life force, the nucleus. That is the impetus. That's the core essence of who and what you are as a cosmic being. You are not empowering it in exchange for you plugging into something that's going to offer you garbage and trash and nonsense and noise. And that's all it's going to give you. So before I end this video, I'm just letting you know, you got to wake yourself up to the reality of what's going on inside you, that you're giving off energies and frequency waves that are the most precious value, and you're giving them away for free. And you're loaning them to things and people that don't deserve it. And you're focusing your attention on places that are just going to sabotage the living daylights out of you. That's why you watch video games and violent movies. That's all designed for a reason. You don't see love in these things, do you? You don't see love. Where do you see love on a reality TV show? It's all scripted garbage. It's designed to suck you in and pull you down and saturate you with the waves of what it is comprised of, which is satanic and garbage and darkness. That's all they're going to offer because that's all they got. That's the end of the game for them. Their bag of tricks is real small. They don't have an unlimited bag of tricks. That's why you keep seeing the same paradigm repeating itself, just packaged differently. The only thing they can do is deceptive practices. That's it. That's all they got. So I'm telling you, practice the realization of the power and the potential of your energy because you're not valuing it where it should be. You're not regarding it. You're not giving it any validity. You're not verifying it or authenticating it as something genuine. You think it's just a joke because the most important thing to you is getting paid and having sex with somebody and let's go out to eat. That's it. That's pretty much the crux of the matter with a lot of people. That's the core of who they are, which is not speaking volumes at all because that's all just quantitative, meaningless, useless garbage. And if you accumulated enough experiences like that, then you're not living, man. You're existing. You're not offering yourself anything. You're not offering the world anything. And the world ain't offering you anything. So what does that say about what type of a person you are? You got to analyze these things. That's why you have to do the inner work. You have to look in introspectively and retrospectively. Hindsight, foresight. You know it all already. I don't need to tell you what to do. You're a grown up. But that's what these videos are all about. Making you realize things that just don't occur to you because the reason they don't occur to you is because nobody trained you to be aware of them. So if you're not aware of something, you can't realize it exists. If you don't realize it exists, it doesn't even occur to you. It doesn't even come across your radar screen because you're oblivious to the fact that you're carrying these things and you're not even utilizing it. And that's done by design. If they told you who and what you are, this world will be a freaking different place and your life will be completely different. You wouldn't be struggling at a job you can't stand. It wouldn't be that way. It would not be that way. I'm just telling you straight out. That's the whole premise of my channel, these videos, and why I do what I do for free. This is coming out of my time, man. I ain't getting paid for this stuff. I do what I do because I care about people. I care about all God's children. You know what I mean? I'm a healer. That's me. Amongst other things. But I'm just telling you, you have to be very cognizant, my friend, of where your energy goes. Because that is going to make the difference between you having a peaceful life and a freaking disastrous existence. Because if you keep loaning your energy to trash and garbage and nonsense and noise, man, you're tethering your energy to these things. It becomes an extension, like a tunnel. And that will funnel its way right to you and saturate you like a glass and fill you up with garbage, man. And you're going to be drowning in that stuff until it spills out all over every area of your life. And then it's going to drown everything. It's going to fill every area and every space. And then you're going to be drowning in that stuff. That's why I say people equal problems. The more people you have in your life, the more problems you'll encounter. Why? Because the higher probability it is that you're inviting in more external negative emotional energy. It's going to be saturating your environment. I mean, it's common sense. When you go to sleep at night, you leave the front door to your house open, wide open? Do you leave your car doors unlocked and wide open when you go wherever you got to go? No, you close the door and you lock it. Why? Because you don't trust people. When you're home, you lock all your doors and windows. Why? Because you don't trust people. Because they're not to be trusted. You got one or two good ones. But still, the only one you trust is yourself. But you don't even know yourself. Because if you did know yourself, then you'd realize that you are capable of destroying yourself as much as you are creating yourself. But you don't realize that you are so busy subconsciously abusing yourself and unconsciously destroying yourself that you don't even have time to even think about these things because on a conscious level, all your focus is money and sex and whatever else you're into. That's it. But this stuff is happening subconsciously and unconsciously. And at the same time, it's eroding the very foundation of your life. And that's what they want. Because when that foundation is gone, boom, you're going to topple, man, like a house of cards. An emotional implosion. That's what it is. It's all going to come tumbling down. And that's what they want. Because you keep loaning your energy to these negative these points right here, negative connections. Oh, what is that? What is this? What's going on there? Oh, two politicians having a debate. Who's fighting outside? What's going on? Oh, there's crime. Turn on the news. I just can't get enough of death and murder and rape and violence. I got to have more. And your energy is connecting to all that stuff. And that's what happens. It's a little bit at a time. They're imperceivable. You don't notice it happening, you know? And then when the time comes, it's lights out for you because you just connected your energy to everything in the world that's wrong. And it's going to turn you into somebody you're not going to be able to recognize and identify. Trust me, it will if if you allow it. My suggestion is find yourself in a place that's the complete opposite of where these things dwell, because these are creatures of the night and they don't have your best interests at heart. None of them do.